It's very important that you agree with me here. You must do something. Ignoring it and laughing at the bully's jokes is genuinely the least effective. You can go and ask every person, like literally just think to yourself right now, the kid who just ignores, you can probably visualize one in high school, the kid who ignored it or laughed at the jokes, he was getting picked on and bullied all year. He was the 24% of people who get chronically bullied because people just got an easy hit out of him. But imagine that one kid who thrashes and fights and never lets go and literally argues back. There's usually a build-up of tension and like maybe sometimes a fight or maybe sometimes, you know, some like verbal argument that kind of scares you a little bit. But that kid wasn't picked on again. He wasn't living in fear after that. He wasn't going to school every single day with his self-esteem dropping every single time he laughed at a joke aimed at him. When people joke about you and it's insulting, it's not a joke. It's literally just an insult that they say with this sly look on their face, knowing that you're a pussy who won't do anything about it. So the first strategy that you can use is to shock them into realizing that you won't take that shit anymore. And by shock them, I mean get loud, shout, and specifically, there's a few tactics, like psychological manipulative things that we can use here. I'm going to teach you some dark things. The first strategy is just make it clear that you're not a safe space for their aggression. Right now, they feel safe with no consequences to pick on you. He walks past you, slaps your head, you're not going to do anything, so he's going to do it again. He's going to make an insult about you, he's going to tell a joke about you, you're not going to do anything, so it's safe for him to do these things. We need to make it unsafe, we need to make it painful, we need to punish him and make him feel bad, and especially make him feel embarrassed, make him feel disgusted, and make him feel targeted by everyone when he does anything towards you. We're going to use some manipulative shit right now. Shock them into realizing that you will not take disrespect. Whenever they do something now, 100% of the time, let's say the example is that he slaps the back of your head or he takes your book or something, right? Instantly, shout, get loud. Get loud, shout, and especially look at them in disgust. Shout, for example, and let me just tell you something, right? People are herd animals, by the way. You see, people aren't actually that intelligent, or actually they're so intelligent that they're almost stupid in a way. So the way to instantly get everyone on your side in this situation, the bully just slapped your head or he said something mean again, right? The way to instantly scare the bully, make him feel a deep level of pain, but also do this in a way that everyone's looking at him as the bad guy, is to just have amplified body language and certain kind of language. So this is exactly, I'll role play it. This might seem kind of cringe, but I just want you to really get the example instead of me saying something vague. So it's going to seem a little bit cringe of me pretending to be a fucking teenager, but like I hope that you can just get value out of it, and I'm just sacrificing my self-esteem from like, just look, the bully walks past, slaps the back of your head. Exactly what you should do is, what? What are you doing? Get away from us. Do like that. Like hold your hands like this. If anyone, I'm telling you right now, even if someone's slightly blind, if they slightly see you with your hands like this, pulling back away from this guy, they will instantly, with their primal brain, within literally a split second, assume he is the bad guy, you are the good guy. You are like someone who's being unfairly hit. What are you doing? Get away, get away, get away from us. Us. Get away from us. Not just me, not just me. Get away from us. Get, like, literally, you can, like, get, like, fucking, like, go crazy on this one, man. Like, get away from us. You can point at someone else. Get away from us. Pretend you're almost, like, protecting someone else. Get away from us. He's being weird. Like, start looking to other people. He's being weird. Get away from us. We don't, like, what are you doing to us? The language that you use here is very important. You do not want it to seem like a 1v1. You want it to seem like he's doing something weird and aggressive or just shocking to you and other people. You almost want it to look like you're almost protecting multiple people. And I'm telling you right now, it's going to be slightly embarrassing in a way because you need to do this loud. I'm giving you permission right now to disrupt every single classroom at the entire school when this shit happens, because the entire school should be disrupted. A bully should not be able to get away from this. The class should be disrupted. If a child is being abused, the class should be stopped and everyone should look at the bully, right? So I'm giving you my own permission, however much that's worth, that if the next time you're physically harmed or psychologically harmed, you can get so loud and do something so amplified that the teacher and everyone's going to stop. And sure, the teacher might like to say, oh, you know, why are you shouting? But it's going to be clear that someone's doing something to you. And if you use certain language, instantly, like people's primal, stupid monkey brain will just believe you. Get away from us, like with your hands like this. What are you doing? He's being weird. Look at them, especially in disgust. This is a big one. Look at the bully does something. Let's say it's a bit more friendly and he just kind of says a joke, right? Look at the bully like suddenly he has literally just stank the worst smell you've ever smelt in your life. He is 10 out of 10 pure disgust. Oh, get away. You're disgusting. You're disgusting. What's wrong with you? What's wrong? Stop being weird. Imagine how embarrassed he's going to be when you're this loud. Everyone's looking. You've got this kind of like almost frightened language, body language, which shows everyone who the bad guy is. And you're using this certain tactics. Get away from us. You're disgusting. Stop being disgusting. You're being weird. You can look over to the teacher. Miss, he's being weird. Use his name. Alex is being weird. Alex is being weird. Stop it, Alex. Stop. What's wrong with you? We haven't done anything to you. Get away from us. He's being weird to us, miss. He is going to feel deeply embarrassed and pained. This is going to be some kind of punishment for him. Now, I know that you might have some limiting beliefs right now, some counter thoughts, and certainly some of them could be valid, but this is powerful because one, you don't need to physically harm this guy back. You know, a lot of people just kind of throw the advice out there like, oh yeah, you just be physical, bro. Just punch him and just like kill him, bro. Like, it's very unreasonable to assume that because, no offense, but chances are if you're getting bullied, you're probably not like that strong, right? You're probably not just there just yet. You're building, you're going to the gym, you're learning these things, fantastic. But right now, you probably would, if you're really honest, you probably would prefer not to get into a physical fight with this bully. Now, don't bullshit. Yeah, yes, I would. If you would, then you would have done it already. So shut the fuck up, right? So just be honest with yourself. You probably would prefer, like, look at your actions. Your actions have shown us that you probably would prefer not to get into a physical fight. So this is one of the best things you can do. This is using like the herd as part of your community. Get away from us. We're forcing and manipulating this dynamic of this us versus them. It's us. He's disturbing us. And look, he's being so dangerous. And you're literally like this, like, look, with these hands up there. This could be very, very effective. Now, this is very important. Every single time that they do something, you need to act like this. Every single time. You must make it so that they psychologically start to associate bullying you with this this shocking embarrassment that they get. Because think about it, they bully you because they associate it with a quick little bit of dopamine from just like, looking at you squirm and whimper a little bit, don't they? That's it. That's all that happens. So they get a bit of pleasure from making fun of you. They get a little bit of pleasure from hurting you. They like the sound of your whimpers. If that doesn't piss you off, like it... And so what we need to do is to condition them to realize, to just instantly believe that if they do something to you, everyone's going to look, it's going to be embarrassing, it's going to be awkward. You can visualize your bully's face getting red as fuck if everyone looked over and you did that thing, right? You could almost visualize them with this stupid little face getting red, right? So if you did that once, guess what's going to happen? It's going to get worse. I'm just going to be honest with you. If you do this once, the next time the bully sees you, he's going to hurt you more. Unless if that time you do it again. Whether you're outside, whether you're inside, no matter where you are, if you get loud and use the same kind of language, the same thing, get away from us, look at him like he's pure, disgusting, like he stinks, every single time, his aggression towards you will go up and then sharply down. Because he'll realize that you're not taking shit anymore. He'll realize, and not only that will he realize, but other people will start to actually defend you. The teacher will genuinely start to defend you. And so what? Let me ask you this. Worst case scenario, you do this in the middle of a class, and you've got this one asshole teacher who doesn't really understand and says that you're being loud and he makes you like stand outside the room for a few minutes. It's like, so losing your self-esteem because of this bully, him physically harming you, him psychologically abusing you is a lot worse than like some dumb teacher who just said like, oh, well, you just raised your voice, so you've got to go stand outside. It's like, go stand outside and feel proud of yourself. Just know if this happens to you and like the teacher is a bit annoying to you or whatever, just know that I'm proud of you. You go stand outside of that classroom and think to yourself, yeah, Hamza's proud of me and I'm proud of myself. That's more important as well. So this is important. You must make this pact with me right now. 100% of the time, you must do something which makes the bully feel some kind of pain. I would recommend it not being physical, but rather it being loud and embarrassing for him. You must do something 100% of the time, and this is important because it might feel slightly like cringe. Even if they do something small, even if they do something, you know how footballers, have you seen like clips of footballers, how they react, where like someone will just kind of like, you know, they'll do this to each other and the guy will be like, ugh. You need to act like a footballer. They do that. It's like, it seems cringe, but the thing is they do that because they're playing by the rules. They're actually smart. When a footballer or a soccer player, like you weirdos here, when like a footballer overreacts, they're doing it because it's part of the rules of the game. They're actually intelligent by doing it, right? So you play the rules of the game, act like a footballer. That's like the phrase you can have. Act like a footballer, be overly dramatic, you know, look like, they don't just like, the footballer doesn't just get hit and then, you know, this happens and he goes over to the ref, oh yeah, excuse me, the other one, he just touched me like this. They don't do that, do they? They like get proper dramatic and they like point towards the guy who's doing something, because that's the game, that's the name of the game. So act like a footballer, over dramatize what's happening, and what's going to happen is he's going to do the normal stuff he usually does, so you can start to mentally prepare of that. But what might happen, he might progressively deload what he does to you, and he might hurt you a bit less. He might, for example, do something a lot smaller. He might, like, you know, walk past and say something a little bit quieter to you. Like, you know, he'll change what he does. Slowly, he'll start to drop it. You have to still act like a footballer, even when he might subtly walk past with a bit of a shy face and say, like, oh, stop crying. Get away from, stop talking to us. Stop! Just leave us alone every single time. Because imagine, he's already feeling beaten down at this point, and he's walked past, said a little swear word to you whilst he's looking kind of shy now because you've just made him embarrassed 5 minutes ago. And imagine if you just do it, like, if you do it again, he is beaten into submission. He now is not going to mess with you. But you must do this every single time. You must shock them to feel some kind of pain and embarrassment. And if you disrupt the entire class, bro, I personally support you, and I really wish some like adult that I like respected said that to me. Who cares? You disturb the class for 2 minutes, but you get to be less likely to attempt to end your life. It's like, I give you permission to do that.